Alright, well, that took way longer than expected, but we're back, and that's the important thing. And now the fun part comes with me trying to remember how to navigate through this area. And sacrificing the almighty 8 coins that it took to get it back to full health. Bit unfortunate that, but I'm afraid it can't be helped. Alright, fingers crossed that the area is marked more effectively in this game than it was the last one, or that I actually remember things, but the odds of that happening, let's face it, are pretty low. I don't think we have that. No, don't have that orb yet. I did not want to go on that pipe, but alright. I know at least a couple of these are pretty bad about putting star pieces behind the pipes, and this might be one of them? No, it is not. Okay. I know at least 2 of them are. Potentially more? Ah, the yucks. I forgot these were in here. It's a yuck. Says here it's a creature created in the Exonaut Labs. Max page 3, attack 2, defense 0. According to this, attacks and items will effect if it has a mini yucks around it. So if any mini yuck spirit takes us out first, duh. Well, we're gonna let it stay alive to create those, because by doing so, we can tattle those too. That's a mini yucks. Creature made to protect a yucks. Can split into 2. Max page 1 attacks and defense is 0. Seems like they won't attack directly. These torps are the reason you sometimes can't do any damage to the main yucks. Their payment, you have to beat them for the yucks. Flurry's pretty effective. Yeah, true. That's like one of the few enemies that she's actually pretty decent at fighting against. They added anything or cleaned it up to resolution? Definitely cleaned it up to resolution. There's some small quality of life stuff. It's been minor thus far. I can't show either in battle, so I'll have to wait until I get out of battle. I'm gonna wait until after this roulette is done to jinx myself. The roulette's a lot easier to hit, is what I was going to say, which is why I waited. I don't know why, but it is substantially easier to hit. They must have made either the timing more forgiving or the roulette more slow, or both, but it's a lot easier. That's one of the things in battle. So the 2 big things that we've seen thus far is, first and foremost, with Flurry, if there's another enemy in here, which it looks like there's not. Normally you use her ability to blow away, like, the hidden walls and stuff. I don't know if you could do this in the original game, because I never used Flurry. She's, like, in my opinion, the worst party member in the game, and probably the worst between this and the original. But she can actually use that to stun enemies now in the overworld, so you can, like, stun them and then get an easier first strike. Like so. So that's one thing that you can do. Again, it's entirely possible that that was a thing before, and I just was not aware of it. I don't think I can get both of the yucks. The other one is definitely a much higher quality of life thing, but again, I'll show that when I get out of battle here. Another small one we found is whenever you get the boost of, like, the Magician giving you the plus defense, plus offense, whatever the case might be. Let's go ahead and use Gale Force, might as well. I'm not good with aiming this, but that's because I never used Flurry. That'll work. But getting all those boosts, you can skip that scene. You can't skip any other main scenes. The other nice thing is you can adjust the brightness, which actually seems to have a pretty good effect and where you don't have to use it on your TV. So I've got it set as low as possible. This is what it looks like when it's as high as possible. You can see why I had that set to as low as possible. But it's made some of like the more dark and cozy areas look a lot better as a result. The other big thing is now if you want to switch party members, there's a ring and you can just do that. I'm just holding down L and switching between them through this, rather than having to go into the menu itself. That's definitely the biggest quality of life update that we've had thus far. It has helped tremendously when I remember to use it, which is admittedly not very often. Icarus was playing with me earlier, so we were tagging out every half hour, so I played for 2.5 hours and she played for 2. So this is going into the second half of the third hour. Also, small things like this, instead of having the typical text noise, they vary between characters, so I'll be quiet so you can hear it. Which Icarus was not a big fan of this. It doesn't really bother me too terribly much. Most of the characters, it's pretty bearable. So a small thing like that. Obviously the graphics and the lighting. The Boggly Woods as a whole looks, outside of like the background, looks a lot better. The floor looks a lot better. The lighting looks a lot better. The whites on the bushes look a lot better as opposed to being kind of that like dull muddy gray. They're like a little bit closer to a bright gray or an outright white, so they look nice. Hi, Ms. Mowz. And boy got shanked. He'll be fine though. Flesh wound and all that. Hi, Ms. Mowz. Music's been phenomenal in this chapter 2. Like, that's been the most noticeable thing, was the music in chapter 2 has been way better than it used to be. Yeah, that little orangish brown section is what the outside background looks like, and it's kind of eh. It would probably look okay for Twilight Town, or maybe the Riverside Station, but probably not for Boggly Woods. Yeah, he's done being stabbed / given the little Vulcan squeezy thing. I don't know what this boy thinks he gonna be doing. Bye. Yeah, but by the time you've gotten to this point in the game, the basic X-Nuts are a complete and total joke. What do we got? Great, that's probably never going to see its full usage because I almost always exclusively upgrade badge points, so that will probably never happen, but it's fine. Oh, another quality of life thing. For one, the default bag holds 15 items instead of 10, which actually does make a big difference. The second one being, if you are full on items and you pick an item up, rather than having to toss one away, what you can do is if it's an item that you can use outside of battle, you can just use it without having to throw the item you don't want on the ground, use the item, and then pick up that item again. You can just use the item right then and there. Experience Paper Mario we emulated. Ah, gotcha. The OG is still really nice. I know people say, like, this is the best one. They're honestly equal for me. I think there are things about the original that I do like more than Thousand Year Door, and there are things about Thousand Year Door I like more than the original. And I don't think anybody would argue that of all the N64 games that exist, Paper Mario 64 might be the one that's aged the best, because it honestly still looks pretty good. As opposed to something like Ocarina has not aged well, Star Fox has not aged well, Mario 64 has not aged well, Wave Race has not aged well. None of those games have aged well. Pokemon Stadium definitely has not aged well. Some of the text has obviously changed slightly in this game. They've removed the little thing, like Mario would do different things of like giving a thumbs up or whatever. They removed the one that admittedly did look like a Heil Hitler salute, which was probably for the best because they did that in the initial localization in the Europe copies. They didn't in the States, so... But yeah, probably a good call to remove that and just either put in a new one or use the other existing ones. Let me check here real quick. Nope. I did check back behind this one. Yeah, I did check that one. Yeah, the sprites in that game with just the general aesthetic has overall... Because, I mean, it's not, like, full 3D models, quote-unquote, or it's not designed to look that way. So, as a result, when the 3D part of it ages poorly, it does not age as poorly because the 3D part, like... The areas you explore are 3D, sure, but, like, they're, you know, giant, big, bulking blocks. Like, they were designed to look that way in the first place. It was Marty, wasn't it? Yep, that was it. Alright, bye Zan. 10 Punies joined your party. Well, that's quite nice of them. I think this is where we get the Sunstone, maybe? Ah, that was a nice reference there. A callback that's technically a call forward. Give it to someone with a pure heart, which was the collectibles in Paper Mario 3. Otherwise known as Super Paper Mario. Nice touch there. Yep, that's true, you do need them all. I wonder how corralling them works in this one. I assume it's better than... The initial one wasn't bad once you got used to it. Unfortunately, that would probably take you about 3 playthroughs to get used to it, so... The emblem of Puny Leader given to you by the Elder, the Punies will gather when it is placed near a pedestal, or within a pedestal, rather. Oh, that's right. I think I've used that feature, like, one time. Like, it's easy to have them, like, fall off in an area of a room where you have to go back down and reach them, but very rarely you just outright lose them. So, for as much of a pain as it must have been to have coded getting all the Punies, at least they had that. So not used to hitting A to enter those places. Oh, that... Bear in mind, that's not just muscle memory from, like, the original Paper Mario 1000 Year Road. That's muscle memory from, like, every game since Mario 1. Like, that is hard muscle memory to get rid of. That's another level. I feel like we just got a level, but... eh. You already know. What else would I put it in? Dump it all into BP. If you want more flower points or health, that's what the badges are for. I don't appeal all that often, not at this point in the game, so I'm going to pass on that. I don't really need the FP. So honestly, I think I'm going to put Power Balance back on. I'm going to go down here first, though. Ooh, Thunder Rage. Yeah, it's like right here, use or toss something. I don't really need anything because I just leveled up, so I don't need to lose anything per se. This is probably the thing that I'm least likely to use. That. Ooh, the bubbles look nice and pretty. I had a feeling I wasn't going to make that second jump. Okay, dude, you're gonna have to do better than this now. You're known for playing platformers. You should be better than this. There we go. That's more like it. So, one of the things I did check while I was off stream was just out of curiosity, and it was not the settings, but like the additional stuff like the sound test and whatnot. I didn't actually play any of it, but the unlocks for getting those... Oh, hi. Are done by, like, collecting all the star pieces or collecting all the shine sprites. Now, if you're collecting all the shine sprites, you're probably doing it to power up your party members. It's less about unlocking that data. But if you care about unlocking that data, you will need to do that. We'll just go for this guy, I guess. I think they have, like, 5 health? Don't remember the exact number. Might be 7. Now there's the defense. Really don't like Flurry. Oops. That's a Piter. Ick. That grossed me out. Max PS5 attacks 2, defenses 0. Besides normal attacks, it might spit 3 web bots at you consecutively. Matter of good timing, phone to guard against its attacks. Also, the Punies can't stand Piters, so I'm not the only one. The Fire Flowers are now becoming to a point where enemies, typically, their HP is going to be too high to justify keeping these in my inventory anymore, so it's probably best that if I get a chance to use these up, that I do. It's going to be to the point now where you're going to need stuff like the Thunder Rages or the Earthquakes that will be able to do the necessary damage. Yeah, they did fall down there. Oh, there's enemies down here too. A lot of enemies down here. This feels like a good time to try Earth Tremor. See how easy or hard. I was like so hit or miss on doing this correctly the first time. Oh, I got it to maximum on the first attempt here. I feel like the first one on each set is going to be the hardest one to hit, honestly. I could have sworn Earth Tremor only cost 1, but if they did up it to 2, you know what? That's honestly fair. Being able to do 6 damage across the board after Chapter 1 is a bit is a bit much. One that you can recharge pretty easily, so it's fair to do that. I don't think there's an equivalent to the shooting star in this game, something that does 6, specifically 6 damage. There's ones that do like 5 and 7 and 8 or whatever, but I don't think there's any that do just that. Oh well. Better just keeping Goombella guarding, but eh. At least he can block all the damage. Plus his stylish things are pretty easy to hit, honestly. I do see that shine sprite. Don't worry, I'm not blind. Can grope flurry another time, Mario. We're trying to do a thing here. Wait, where did they go? What? They didn't follow me down the second paper plane. Man. You have to go down through that other pipe that was down here, no? There we go. Oh, they actually just straight up were like, hey, here's the blue key. Every time we meet, we fight. I know there's a hive that's got 10, and then there's a hive that's got 100. That looks like 10. Let's get them. I don't think there's anything you can do to assist in this fight. And it looks like we won that. Because you could, like, lose that in the original game, and it, like, through no fault of your own, so, like, it was just an RNG thing that, like, occasionally you would lose that fight and get sent back to the start of the room and have to do it again. It was really bizarre. But you could, like, potentially lose it multiple times in a row. Very, very strange. Alright. Going... I know technically checking every single bush is a waste of time because I'd have to come back anyway once I get this. Oh, nope, that's not what I thought it was. Never mind. That was the key. I was thinking it was going to be the boots, which you do pick up here, just not in this room in specific. And tragically, I can't prematurely hit the targets for the correct pattern, provided that it hasn't changed, so we'll leave it as is. And they'll never come back, and we're all gonna die. The end. Cool story, bro. Great tree, sub-level 2. So that at least gives you, like, the little things there to be like, hey, this is what you're looking for. I'm actually gonna jump down here, because... yeah, I'm willing to bet it's probably, like, to the left is where the hidden shop is. Now that you've just told me that. Yep, that looks like a fake wall to me. Show, don't tell. Show, don't tell. 3. Really? It only does 3? Alright. I could have sworn it did more than that. Hi. He's still just a kid and life is a nightmare. No, let's get him. Not be a dick. Jeez. Yeah, you should come hang out. Here's your new ally. Heck yeah. We've got another boy. I'm gonna buy a couple of these. Oh wait, I'm full on items. I'm gonna sell a couple items first. Honestly, we're probably fine to do this there. That should give us plenty of working space. I did say I was, like, never gonna use that, Ultra Shroom. And for, like, actual combat, that's entirely true. I probably will never use it. But if I do decide to do all the recipes, that's gonna be a lot better than having to buy it, so. I'll buy a couple of those and have fun with them. I don't really need anything else in here. I think this leads to the 100, and yeah, I'm just gonna ignore the spiders freaking the Punies out for now. I am gonna grab that, though. Well, actually, no, I'm gonna go in here first, because if this is what I think it is, then I'm gonna have to turn back right around anyway. Yeah, this is what I think it is. So you have to come back here with the 100, and then you can progress on, so... Come on, Mario. You're on your own with that charge thing. Bye. 1 versus 100. Well, they've made a show about that, and I know there's been at least one person that won. Yeah, I'm gonna get that badge. Block. There it is. Dude. We're supposed to fall down there. Damage dodge partner. I would have hoped for something a little bit better, but you know what? I guess that will have to do. Probably will have to get rid of that one just so they'll all instinctively go to the right spot. Let's see. I think it's high time we just, Oh, right, they're not earthbound enemies. Alright, well, Thunder Rage, it'll work. It'll work just fine. Thank you for not doubling my EXP, because I did not earn it in that fight. That was simply an I don't want to deal with those guys fight, and nothing more. Because they'll respawn whenever we get back in the room, so, like, I'll have to go and, oh, thanks. I'll have to go and refight them anyway, so... guess. I don't have any plans to keep that. I'm usually okay with navigating this area until I get to the point where I've got all the Punies with me, and then that's like the point where I lose track of where exactly I'm supposed to be going. Probably because you're basically going back to the exact same spot you were just at. You just take a left instead of a right. Because usually when you backtrack in an area, it's not like immediately, but I am curious to see how creepy Steeple will go in that regard, because, like, as much as I like that particular world, like, I mean, I like getting Vivian, I like the general aesthetic. The backtracking, if you're not a fan of that, you're really going to hate that chapter. There's a lot. Wait. I forgot to grab the orb. That was on me. Dude, you can make that jump. It's not that hard. There are worse jumps in Mario 1 than that. Like that one in 8 too. God, that one sucks. Still need to go up from here. I'm pretty sure the cells are at, like, near the top of the tree, if not at the top of the tree, so. That might have been one of the pipes, actually. That might have been one of the ones that had the star piece behind it. But we'll find out whenever I go back. I think there's one right there. I think I just saw it on screen. But that also might have just been the yellow. Yeah, it looked like there was one there, but it was just part of the yellow flooring. Oh well. I have something for you. It's probably gonna taste like absolute ass. Oh, nasty. Everyone's staring. I mean, they can't blink, so, you know. They kind of have to. Yeah, there's no greater way to, like, ruin a food for somebody than when it's cooked, like, so especially as a kid. When it's, like, cooked so poorly, it will literally leave that lasting impact for a long time to come. Oh, this isn't one of the ones. Alright. Like, I was that way with a lot of vegetables, and I actually do like vegetables, but I just don't like them deep fried in oil to the point where they're burnt. So I don't think it's I didn't like vegetables. I think it's just I don't like burnt food. Because I'm not talking like it's well done. I mean like it's charred black. I think that's what it is I just don't like burnt food. And I feel like that's much more acceptable than not liking vegetables. Send them all away. There we go. I'm glad I at least cleared that jump one time without making a mistake. That was all I wanted, was just the one. After that, it's fine. gonna have to be. I think the overworld music in Chapter 2 is better than this, but this is still, like, pretty good. Like, I can vibe to this. Okay, now's the point where we're gonna need my boy here. Mostly for the first strikes. There we go. I could probably hit them with a hammer, to be perfectly honest. Actually, I have an idea. Since he's not too terribly good at fighting... Well, actually, aren't they... Yeah, they are on the ground right now. Alright. I was gonna use the Fire Flower to kill the front, too. But now I can do that, so now we'll get all three. Alright, that's one. Where's the other one? Oh, did they actually stay down? That's nice. I appreciate that. I figured I was gonna have to go get the other one again. That was why I didn't bother fighting the second one. Otherwise, I would have just gotten them both when I was first there. Alright, well, that's one less problem to deal with. Let's hope the other remaining ones are over here. Okay, good, they are all here. And then I fell off. This is one of the downsides of having this many sprites on the field at any given time. There's just a lot going on, so it's kind of hard to see exactly where you're walking. I can't tell if that's supposed to be a face or an arrow pointing down. But, like, you probably already saw the Punies fall off at this point, so you would probably already assume that, like, yeah, it is safe to fall. Speaking of safe to fall, did one fall? Yep, one did. Get over here. I like how 70 of the 100 went down the pipe and the remainder just didn't do that for some reason. Did one fall again? Yep, sure enough. I keep thinking like, oh, well maybe it was like the one jabby that you brought with you for the extra one, like he didn't want to go and fight people he knew, which would have made sense. I would have been like, okay, that's totally understandable. But no, it's just a random puny that keeps falling off. Like, y'all live here. Y'all should know how to not fall off the side of these things. Did those also get stuck? Okay, good, they didn't. Let's hope they're better at fighting than they are at managing to stay on the thing. I'm seeing a lot of dead punies. That's not a good sign. Yeah, I think they lost. They walked all over us. We have to regroup and try again. Like, there's... Yeah, I know, but, like... If only the one was like, oh, well, what? You're supposed to do that? If you were supposed to do that in the original game, that was never even hinted towards. Make sure I've got the right button prepared here. Yeah, I don't remember, like, even a hint towards, hey, you should do this. Yet that just, like, incapacitates them, basically? Alright. Or at least stuns them long enough for, like, the rest of your team to just go in and kill them. So they basically had no trouble at all that time. Yeah, if that was the thing you were supposed to do in the original game, I had no clue about that. That's the first that I've ever heard of that. Alrighty then. I was gonna hammer that guy. Oh well. Two bitey boys. Alright. Well. Nah. That's the thing about going quickly versus taking your time, is you're basically deciding if I have to lose something. Oops, that was the wrong button. Would I rather lose the health or would I rather lose the flower points? I've got more health to spend. Not if I keep playing like that, though. Yeah, prior to the Spike Shield, there's not a lot of good ways to fight these with other party members for quite a while. Koops is basically the only one that can fight these decently well until you get Vivian. Because if I remember right, Flurry's like jump attack also counts as we're taking damage and landing on a spiked enemy. And I guess you could blow them out of the fight with the Gale thing, but, like, you're not getting the XP by doing that, so... mileage may vary on that. There you go. I think later on that's where you go to intentionally get trapped by Lord Dump, so we're gonna ignore that for the time being. Appeared to the left of me. What a jackass. I thought he was going to appear to the right of me. 4 bitey boys. That's a lot of bites. Oh, sure. I'll take that. Thank you. I see your item, and I will return it back to you with this. I really don't like fighting those. They're just such a pain. Ah, here's the spot where you get trapped. Hi, Lord Dump. How's it going? Credit where credit is due. We didn't start placing that on the pedestal until pretty recently, and you made that really fast. First of all, we can take that back. It's true, we'll never get out of here. It's not like literally everyone could do that because they're made of paper. Can Koops or your ally not follow you? Oh, okay. That almost made it look like it was him. Okay, so it's still the same pattern. We have, yeah. That'll make those things appear. Yeah, so you do have to come here for that, but the blocks are still the same. You know, it wasn't crazy. You know, at least one of them had that. Alright, There's nothing we can do for them right now, so we'll come back once we've gotten the thing. This is the part where I get lost, of like, I know what I'm looking for, but I don't remember where specifically it is. And there's the other one. I didn't think they were that close to each other, but I guess they were. So yeah, I'll probably just check every single room until I find it, so I'm not doubling back. So I know that just takes you back up. The bottom left is an item store. There's nothing in the bottom right. The top right here is where we fought the other squadron. Oh, this is where we need to go. Okay, perfect. That didn't take as long as I thought it would be. Sun, moon, puny, star. That reminds me, I need to get more frames for all the posters and stuff that I've got, but another job for another day. Once that convention plans are going, I plan on trying to get a fair bit of stuff, so I should be saving for that convention anyway. You got super boots. Aw, it doesn't say, like, you got a super boots anymore. Hi, Toadette. You'll be able to ground pound. If you press A at the right moment while jumping, you'll do a spin jump. It's a ground pound. Or if you prefer the old version of it, a hip drop. I remember that always being a bit, like, weird with how you're supposed to, when you're supposed to hit the button. You did this thing once, you must have clearly mastered it. Smash the spots like this, and yeah, you can flip over the panels too. Oh yeah, and you can do it in battle. Bye, Toadette. Maybe that was the other reason I preferred using the jump, is you always got the boots before the hammers in this game, so as a result, your jump was at worst on par with the hammer, and at best better than the hammer, so... Check all these... Alright, so it's just the Shine Sprite and the badge, which is the charge badge that I never use. I'm usually not a fan of doing the charging and then attack when I could just attack twice. Yep, that's great. I'm trying to go forward. I really need to stop hitting the L button. I have not played at Paper Mario 1 recently. I don't know why it's in my head to keep doing that, to try to, like, increase... Well, no, I do know why. It's because of Dragon Quest Builders 2. That's why. Because in that game, you also hold L to run faster. There we go. That's why I keep hitting the L button. There wasn't anything else here, right? It was just that. Treasure chests? Yeah. Nothing else? Alright. I don't expect to get all the star pieces, and by extension, not even all the shine sprites. Somehow, looking back through whenever I was checking for, like, the sound tests and stuff, I did get all the shine sprites in Chapter 1. I did not get all the star pieces, but again, I don't think it was actually possible at that point, because I didn't have the spin jump. But I don't intend to get them all in my first pass. It will be, again, if I show that off, it will just be something that I do in, like, an additional bonus stream. Or do it, like, before the final fight, and craft all the recipes and stuff like that. I'm not going to do it while just playing through the main story adventure. I should do it after I have, like, all the ease of access stuff unlocked, so it's as easy as possible to get all the stuff that I missed. I know we're supposed to go free the Punies, don't worry. Bonk. Ooh, he's got a stopwatch. That'd be nice if he dropped it. Get out of here. Additional attack power just to really, I don't know, just to really make him feel like he was inadequate. I keep wondering why some of my US friends are poking me, and I'm like, oh right, they're in the UK right now. It's like 6 hours ahead. It's like 9:30 in the morning. Of course they're awake. Oh, dude, you're gonna have to do better than that. That was... Could you be a worse shot with that hammer? Alright, yeah, this is gonna be one of those. There's gonna be too many shields otherwise, and yeah, I'm not a fan. I feel like it's more lenient, because there was definitely a time, because I was watching, that I hit the A button that, like, in my head, I'm like, I hit that too early, I hit that before the bar got to the A, and it, like, sure, some of that might have been input lag, but it was definitely more lenient. If I had done that in the OG, that would have counted as a fail. I 100% would have failed that, and I would have 100% agreed with the fact that I failed it. Reach that from here? Nope. I don't think there's anything else in here other than... I should probably go get the Punies at this point, but it's fine. Everybody knows if you grunt, it'll help make the jumps. This is where you would take them to... I'm going to take a quick break to use the bathroom, and then we'll return, and hopefully I will not have completely forgotten where I am at that point. That would be preferable. Alright. The bathroom has been both bathed and roomed. Let's continue. Get that water out of here. Man, speaking of a toilet. Jeez. Nice. I think this is a badge? Yep, it is. I was thinking it was a stomp badge. I'm like, well, it's not shrink stomp, because we already got that. I know you can get multiple copies of some things, but I was fairly certain that wasn't what it was. You're fine, Mario. Just walk across the left. Wiener. There we go. I guess the good news is by clearing all this out, it'll make dealing with the Punies hopefully a little bit easier. In particular, getting rid of the enemies if there were any, which I've already forgotten if there were. But that will keep them from getting distracted. Yeah, we should probably go and get them, because I think we're otherwise done. We've got the boots, we've got all the Punies to get the thing, we've got the stone to make them go into place. I think it's literally just bring him down here. Did we go here? Oh, okay. Yeah, so, okay, I'm caught up. I know where we're going. Like I said, I get lost in this place really easily. I don't know why this of all things, but yep, it's this of all things. Oh, get out of here, yep. Into the hole with ya. I think we already came down here because one of those star pieces is here. So I think we're good. Again, if we missed anything, no big deal. We'll just come back for later. Plus, we won't have this, like, monster amount of sprites following me, so it might be easier to see what I'm doing, for one. I've already forgotten, but I'm like, I'm decently certain this is correct. Since we're going to the end of the dungeon, it usually stands to wager, like, oh, this seems like it would be one of the harder areas to reach in the dungeon. So therefore, it's probably one of the later, if not ending areas to go in the dungeon. Probably could have technically done that a tiny bit faster if I had just taken the Punies in the first run and not, like, cleared everything out. But because it's cleared out, now we don't have to deal with it anymore, so... It wasn't the fastest way, but it's still not the worst thing in the world. Where did... this I just don't remember. Where did this go? Oh, this just went back up. Well, yeah, I don't want that. I need to get back to that button for any reason. Flush that piece of paper down. There we go. I hope it will give me a chance to change my party members, but I don't think it will, unfortunately. Oh no, we're good. We're good. There's a save block and a heal. It's like, I would rather have Goombella for this fight to Tattle, and because she's powered up. Sure, I'll take that. I don't think you need the Punies at this point anymore, but I'll take them with me just in case. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to do. I always feel like I'm wasting, like, the measly 8 coins or whatever it is to heal on those. I'm like, do I really need to do that? Also, I forgot to change my party member. So I'm a dumbass. I think it's gonna give me one more chance here, though, because I actually do need the Punies and I have to place them on that thing. If there's any spot I was to hide an item. Right before the boss fight like this. I know they gave me the mushroom, but I mean like a, I don't know, a thunder rage or something. Hello. It's kind of 3D. I didn't mention it, but like watching the other one in the animation for doing the Earth Tremor, it looked very 2D there. It looked like a sticker from Sticker Star, and that's not a compliment. You know what it is? Is it a robot? Oh, that's right. I forgot that he did this. Yeah, sounds great. You gotta get out of here. I think this is the thing you don't have to have the Punies for. Like, if you get to the thing, like, because they'll turn it off. So, whether you make it with all the Punies or not does not really matter. And also, it doesn't take too terribly long to get there. Thanks to the shortcut. Can't play this fight. Well, this will be a chance to build up some star power at least. Probably not a lot, but some. Also means we'll probably level up after the boss fight, I would wager. I think there's like 1 or 2 more fights you can get into here. Ooh, please and thank you. Hello? We got plenty of time here. I don't think I've ever seen that timer drop under 100 seconds, or even get close, unless you're, like, actively trying. I'm not 100% sure where we are. Is this the store? Okay, this is the store. Now I have an okay idea of where we are. Yeah, because this is the, path of the keys, or the jabbies. So both of those are not the way back, so it's got to be here. I think largely it's fairly linear from this point. I don't suppose that's a hidden thing, is it? I think so. Moving swiftly on. Oh right, I already said I don't need these guys. Later, nerds! At this point, we're here. That would be funny if the timer ran out while he was, like, you just stay, like, right here and just let the timer hit 0. Oh, poor back. It do be like that, my man. Do be like that. You ain't going anywhere, Mr. Weenie Hut General. With extra fists. Oh, well, good. Ah, my favorite Happy Meal toy. Alright. Boss time. Are you crying it? No, I'm not. He is powerful, really. Well, let's have a little peek. Magnus Fun Grapple. It's a giant robot built by the X-Nauts. Lord Dump drives it. Max HP is 30, attacks 2, defenses 1. Its most effective attack is 1, takes advantage of the size, a smothering stomp. She has fists, which do these gnarly rocket punches. Fists have max HP of 2, and attack of 4, defensive 0. Let's take him down fast. Taking out this robot is I can't tell if it looks really cool or really stupid. I'm pretty sure it's leaning towards the latter. We're not even going to discuss the color. Yeah. Alright, so I've got a Thunderbolt at least. But you know what? I might go ahead and... Actually, I'm curious as to how much damage this will do, if I can time it. The answer is no. I cannot time it. Dude! Fine. I see how it is. I'd love the idea of just having a bunch of those, of just like, he thinks that he's like kicking the snot out of you, and then he just is unfortunately just getting struck by lightning over and over. See, I can time that just fine. For Power Smash. I don't think the Dizzy Dial works on him. The Volt Mushroom I don't think technically counts as direct contact damage, so it would be useless. I could try for the Mystery, but I don't really feel like I want to do that at this point, so... Let's go for Power Smash. Plus it makes it easier to get the bunch of points from the... powering up for probably Sweet Treat. I doubt I'd use Earth Drum on this guy. Oh, that's right. Earth Tremor takes 2 power. Well, we're probably better off killing these then. Temper Tantrum. Nice. Dizzy attacks might miss. They'll just do no damage anyway. Part of that's damage dodge, I know, but still funny. And since I've got a pretty decent feeling that I'm going to be leveling up here, I'm not going to feel bad about spending all this because I'd get the star points back anyway. Honest to God, thought I hit the poison mushroom there, but nope, we're good. Oops. And not bad. Flower points was what I was most concerned with anyway, so that works. That boy is still dizzy. There we go. Oh, good. Not good. Can't last. Dude, keep it in your pants. Keep it in your mech suit, or whatever that's supposed to be. I like how that slowed down the stylish too. Nice. Yes, I was hoping it was 30 star points. Sweet. You know what's up. I'll remember this. I'm willing to bet you would rather wish you didn't. But... glad we kept that running joke in of, like, the one guy tripping and falling. Yay, you're free, which means more importantly that I'm free. Yeah. Learned clock out, which is actually not that bad. Like, I didn't use it a bunch, like, when I first played the game, but it's actually kind of good. When it works really well. And so, after pummeling Lord Dump, Mario obtained the second Crystal Star. But the X-Naut's gone, peace once again prevailed throughout the Great Tree. Boggly Woods echoed with the puny songs of joy. Mario was also in joy too, because he didn't have to be back here for at least a little while, and that's always a plus. Can't get in touch with Lord Dump. Well, maybe he's in the bathroom. I mean, Mario's pretty disturbing. You, random scientist, I'm going to put you on this job that has nothing to do with your field. Alright, back to, lady with pink. Let's see if we can go get the computer aroused again to come talk to us. Yeah, trust me, Tech will not mind if you take a quick rinse. So they do at least change your hair like they did with the original, and now it's back to normal. It's not in the ponytail anymore. Well, maybe we have to go take a third shower. Oh, nope. We took a shower and we waited and we were like, Tech, let me in. And that was all the computer needed. I'm glad you came. Really? I can confirm Mario's read the email. Is this one of those, like, how I get with my advisor a lot, of, like, where it's just, like, read and not responded to? Actually, I apologize for that statement. She very rarely reads stuff. She'll ask me how things are going and then just not read my response, so it's pretty clear she doesn't care. Anyway, moving swiftly on. I should send a message to people that I actually trust to see how that meeting went tonight. There we go. We'll find out later how the meeting went. It wasn't anything required before anybody asks. Like, A, I already wanted to stream this, B, it wasn't a required meeting, and C, I didn't work tonight anyway. So I'm not going to spend 40 miles worth of gas money to be there for an hour and a half, when if something really important comes up, they can just send me a message and tell me what it is. Alright. Gonna feel weird dancing with myself. It's like a song. Where's the button icon? Slide up, then press the correct button to dance. I'm glad you didn't tell me which buttons. In the original, it was A, B, and X, I think. So you can hit the button too fast? What? Okay, I like that it, like, looks cooler as a whole, but I figured that was, like, the time window to hit that button, not, oh, you can hit the button too fast. This feels like a Mario Party minigame, and, like, that's not a bad thing. This is very different from the original. Olay. Don't worry, I'm sure he recorded that to watch you dance with yourself as often as you want. I guess technically if you actually were perfect, that would also be weird. Like, it would be out of the normal because that would make you the only thing that's perfect, truly. But perfection is relative. And if you don't believe me, draw the most perfect circle you can, and even if you think it's perfect, somebody else will come in and say it's not. More importantly, Bowser. He's so cute when he's angry. Oops, that's the wrong button. That's the right button. Infinite Bowser. My favorite kind. Oh, it actually gives you the instructions. So, flame, jump. You can ground pound. I don't think you could ground pound in the original. Could be wrong about that, though. Blah. become invincible! Screw your flag. Look at him, he's so happy! Such a good boy. I am glad that eventually they, like, started adding some of his personality into the main series games. But, like, at the time, this was, like, peak getting to see how great Bowser really was. Yes, she just looks like that all the time with her mouth wide open. She's not a shopkeeper. Bowser, I'd come to your castle anytime you asked. Like, literally, I would drop everything. The mind of a maiden is rather well complicated. It's really not. Like, 99% of that is just complete air. Like, there's not a thought behind those eyes. Too many backseat bosses talking about yourself. Is that a dig at Doug Bowser? As in, like, the current president of Nintendo? Because if he himself approved that, that's hilarious. And I appreciate him cheap-shotting himself. Because that's really great. My poor little boy! My poor little boy. He's so sad. Aww. Just great. Now I look like the huge mighty king of guys who talk to posters. Well, we still love you, Bowser. I need all these adorable pictures for later. And not for that, you weirdos. Mostly so I can send them to people that can't watch the stream tonight. Ooh, it's all dark with the little things of light. Ah, it looks so pretty on the ground. I probably will even come back just long enough to get one of the eggs, which I think you can get in the first room. I might grab 2 or 3, actually, just to store them. Might be able to get them now. Let's find out. You don't, like, need them for any required quests, but it would, like, save me a small bit of backtracking, so... I think it's in this room. I could be wrong, though. Let's find out really quickly. Ah, okay. So it is here, it's just slightly... I might have to leave this one particular screen of them all saying goodbye and then come back. Hi. Bye. If there was, like, some combat trials in here, like additional content, I would actually talk to this guy, but I don't think there is. Yeah. Like, he's saying that there's new secrets there, like there might be some additional... Yeah, no, it doesn't look like they're gonna... Alright. Disappointing, but oh well, what can you do? Like I said, the worst case, we'll wait and come back to all that whenever it's easier to do, when you've got the warps to get back here faster. Just gonna hang out here in the flowers while I read this. I'm actually more worried about you. Things to kidnap me are searching desperately for the crystal stars. I'll try to learn what I can. I'll email you if I cover anything else. Miss, now I miss you. That's nice. But you can dance with yourself now. She'll be fine. Ah, that's why I checked. I had a feeling Icarus probably did not catch every single tree. Looks like there was a star piece there, but nope. Again, I'm very sure we didn't get them all, but I'm not going to worry about it for the time being. I'd at least like the hammer upgrade where it's easier to flip the tiles over. If I know where they are and I just happen to be walking that way, like with that one, then great, but otherwise I'm not too terribly fussed about it. Sorry. Force I have it. Great, that will never get used. That is like one of the worst badges I've seen thus far. Oh, I actually do need to go that way. Wait till I get the hammer. Which I do believe we get that next chapter. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that is a small thing I appreciate of being able to, like, I know that you only get to hear the dialogue from whoever you had out, so Flurry in this case, but the fact that they're all, like, out on the stage is at least something. And I'm sure you could probably look online to see, like, here's the text for Goombella for chapters 1 through 7, here's Koops for 2 through 7, here's Flurry for 3 through 7, and just see all the possible options you get. So I'm willing to bet it's pretty rare that someone would have, like, Flurry, for example, out for all of the possible Crystal Star things appearing on the map as possible. Pretty unlikely. Now, that's a slightly different color. I think it was orange initially, or more orange than that. But maybe not. Oh. Ooh, fancy word there, brigands. It's like the Fire Emblem of old. I don't know. Frankly, you're not helpful. But the problem is no one's even sure what it... All that's written is this, starting to, like, just... How inappropriate. Well, he's the one that's farting all over the place. Floating city, you say? Flurry, you can already fly. You're a cloud spirit. What? Like, I know you can't get me there, but you would be able to get there. Yeah, let's go hang out with the Mafia. Wait a minute, you're ready to go hang out? Yeah. Very excited to hang out with the Mafia. Mario Coop Sideboy's doing? I'm just amazed. Yeah, you're doing some stuff. Look at that nerd. How are we doing on? We got 6. Ooh. Yes, please. Power up them all. I don't really care about Shell Shield as an ability. It's okay, but more important is upgrading their damage and their health. We'll skip the little endeavor here. Flurry probably does the same thing. She should use Lip Lock and hurt foes and replenish health. Might as well. Maybe I should let it play once on screen again, since the last one we saw was in the last recording batch. So we'll show it once. Ooh. No need. 'Cause can't. That's everybody for now. And I think it is largely set that way, to where you, like, for every time you get a party member, by the time you get back to this area, you should be able to power them up. With the exception of whenever you get the Ultra Sphere thing, to be able to power them up more. Professor Frankly, what? It's called First Attack. Yeah, we've heard about that. Bad shot. Yeah, let's go have a look at that. I meant to go check here much earlier. We're overdue for having a look at it. Hi, Flavio. We'll deal with you later. Plus, there's a star piece up here, too, so we'll grab that as well. Oh, frick yeah, dude. Change the background music to the original Nintendo GameCube tracks. Frick yeah. Very quickly, I'm going to take a picture of that and send it to Icarus, because frick yeah. See if I can, there we go. Make it a little bit more easy to see. Limited projector. There we go. Close that. I'll send that to her in the morning, because she is almost assuredly asleep by now. But hell yeah! Absolutely I'm buying that. Yeah, you buy things. Hold on. I actually did need to know that other part. From the top. What was about the cardboard box? Looking for something more niche, check the cardboard box. Oh! No. So what you're saying is, like... Yeah, I still want this. And thank you for making it only 1 coin. I'm gonna keep the new music playing, because I want to hear it, but I always appreciate when they do that. Ah, here we go. So yeah, makes Action Commands hard, but earns more star power. Makes Action Commands easy, but earns less star power. Super Peel. Yeah, these are kind of more niche. I'll take that one, though. I do like Power Jump. Piercing Blow. Close Call. Power Rush. First Attack. If I decide to go for everything, all the badges is going to be included in that. Can you sell badges here? You can still sell, good. So if you've got, like, multiples like this. I'm going to, like, try to keep on everything. I'm going to keep the double close call for now. But at some point, yeah, I probably will ditch that. I'm glad they turned the camera around so you can actually see that. That's very nice. Anything that I need to cook here? Yeah, I got some stuff I could cook. Even if you're not going to use it, like, most of the time, cooking it and then selling it, it will be worth more cooking it. Not always, but most of the time it will. we'll get the extra... I feel like the 2 flower points are worth more than the 1 health, but that also probably depends on your playstyle. But these are not the only things I'm going to cook. I'm going to go ahead and cook this, because I'm probably not going to use it otherwise, and I do remember that this does make something. It's not a mistake item, but it does make something different. Yeah, it does. Fresh juice. 5 FP and cures conditions like poisoning. So, some things, but not all, but... That's not horrible of, like, getting the 5 immediately rather than the restoration. That's not terrible. Ah, we got a mistake. Well, let's end on a high note, hopefully, and get a good one out of this. Nah, come on, we can do this. Hopefully it's not like it can only do recipes that you've already unlocked by doing it the traditional way. No. Well, that's a bummer. Yeah, we're full on health, so we'll skip past using the mistakes for now, I guess. Alright, a progress. What is a progress? Oh, speaking of progress, we should probably grab more of the star pieces while I'm immediately thinking about them. I know there's one more over to the right. I'll need to go back and get that. Oh, I'm trying to remember if there's one here. Still here too. So I guess you could just keep giving it to him. I assume, like, once you're done with whatever chapter, he'll be gone for a chapter, and then he'll come back and be like, hey, here's all that money. It'd be interesting if he could actually just fail that sometimes. You could donate, like, 300, 400, 500 coins and just get nothing back for it. How are we doing on star pieces? 20? Yeah, we need to make a trip down there. We can get at least one of the Power Plus badges. Which is definitely going to tempt me into trying to, maybe we can't get over there yet, actually. No, we can't get over there. We need Yoshi for that. Oh well. We can still get the Power Plus, though, so I'll probably grab that. Is there one that you ground pound for on the west side of the town? I don't think so. I doubt I can buy anything worthwhile off of you, but I know. Here's that thing, by the way. To sound peachy. There's no nice way to say I'd rather be shot, so I'll just say nothing. Yeah, I'll take that. The timing tutor can be handy though if you need it. Such a happy boy. Oh, I didn't mean to slap you. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I don't think there's one you ground pound for over here, so we'll just do that. Anything else here? Oh, hi. Did not see that dude at all. Whoops. Let's just end that fight. Just get out of there. It's fine. That's probably all that fight was worth by this point anyway. It was 1 star point, so... And they do still drop coins in a... can't get to it from here, but you know what? That's fine. We'll grab it in a second. Hey, buddy, what you doing over here? I fell down that grate. Man, that was close. I don't want to go. Oh, he's probably referring to the Pit of 100 Trials, maybe. Anything I don't toss you like that? No, he does not. You're Mort, like the one and only. I know all about you. And you're a cute little ghost. Yeah, we'll skip on doing all this junk for now with the Pianta thing. Very clearly showing a shine sprite there, but we can't get to that for quite a while. Hi there, cutie. No, you. Let's actually just sell some of this. I'll pay you 1 coin for your mistake. I'm probably honestly not going to use any of these, so... There's just like some status ailment stuff that just does not seem to work that well. And unfortunately, that is one of them. I'm actually going to sell one more thing. So what we got here? Yeah. We'll just sell one of these. Let's see. I'm trying to remember now because it has been a while. Nope, don't need that. Ah, that's right. So you're supposed to talk to the rival gang leader, Ishnael. We went to that spot earlier. It's on the far east side of Rogueport where you have to go like this through the wall. And then there's that door back there. I went in there looking for a star piece earlier, and it wasn't that. So what you need to do is buy a dried shroom. Making sure I got this right. And a dizzy dial. Alrighty, mister, what color's your mustache? Yellow. Oops, what's wrong with me? That wasn't the right question at all. Let's try this again. What's your favorite color? I mean, technically, I was gonna say technically it's not on there. Technically it is on there, it's right here. Most people get that wrong when they guess what my favorite color is. They usually say purple or violet. You would be wrong. Color I'm most connected to? Yes. My favorite color? No. It's black. Go on with your bad self. You know what would be really bad? To sell you back those items that I just bought because I don't want them. You know what? No, I'll sell the juice. Man, fresh juice sounds really nice right about now. Yeah. I do want this, though. Oh, that was so cute! I have to know. So adorable. Alright. Hi. If you gotta beef, spit this out, or this gonna get ugly. Excuse me, you want a ticket for the blimp? See to me, that's funny. You stand-up comedian? No, you oughta be. Not so fast. I like this kid's gumption. He came here to talk. No, that ain't a crime. So let's talk. You boys can wait till we're done before you rough him up. You got it? What's that? You want to help some broad? What got herself kidnapped? And rescue this daniac collecting the crystal stars? Well, luckily he's got a soft spot for that. The treasure's as real as my boobs. I mean, you could just show him the crystal stars that you already have. Alright, who we need to track down and kill? With extreme impaled with extreme prejudice. Nice. You rely on some goofball for this job. One of them definitely just probably pooped themselves a little bit, but it's fine. You're the boss, boss. Yep. If you don't find my daughter, your luck may turn terrible. Don't threaten me with a good time. I want it, but I can't reach it. Luckily, I do remember where they are. They're at the port. So, to the south we go. Hello. Yeah, your dad's gonna come kill your boyfriend, so... maybe we ought to head back and try to talk. Dude, that... literally, he's going to kill you. Like... Of course I love you, Sugar Cookie. I love that every single, like, pet name he asks for her is, like, a food item. Like, butter biscuit, bacon burger, sugar cookie. How hotter they've been. Until I marry you, no one will extinguish these flames of passion. It's true, once you're married, that's all gone. It's gone. Sorry if any of that came through the mic. That was me finishing off the last of my drink. So yeah, I might have lied. I'm gonna go tell him. What shall we do? We have to say something? Yeah, I know. We're going to. Because it doesn't matter what you say. They come back anyway. Either you convince them, or Frankie convinces her, or both. Keep buying those items because I'm broke, because I paid for that life shroom, but it's fine. Good news, my man, we found her, and him. Sure do, I'll tell you. Like, yeah, they might be mad, but, like, he would actively kill us, so... I think otherwise he's about to, like, come kick your ass and then they barge in, so, again, it doesn't really matter what you say. Yeah, enough, quiet, both of you. It's like a poison mushroom in my butt. I mean, gut. I like how they changed the camera angle from the original, too. This is actually, like, a nice change of pace. Also, they have him, like, have his arms folded. He's more expressive now. Oh, poor guy. He'll come back again someday for one singular part in which he basically misses them too much. If I'm my daughter and got her to come back here and look at things, that turned out what a complete nut of soap opera. Thanks, bro. I got you. And if you ever need another favor, you just let me know, man. You just let me know. I got you. Like, if you're gonna get involved with the Mafia, or the Syndicate, or the Yakuza, or whatever, at least make sure when last you see them, they were, you know, you left on good terms. Because you really don't want the opposite effect. The hidden one is? There it is. We'll deal with that train later. For now, we got a blimp to ride. Will you be coming aboard? No, I just showed you this ticket because I was, you know. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go back and trade in my star pieces. Just because, like, this is by design a fight-heavy chapter. Like, with the other ones, there's a fair few fights that you can just ignore. This one, that is not the case. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm sorry, but I think it was probably the best option. It'll give me more versatility going forward. I know I still need to put on quick change, and I'll probably be grabbing Power Plus and one other item. It might just be the Power Plus, because I'm sitting at about 25 star pieces now, I think. 22. So that'll leave me with 7. I don't think there was anything under 7 that I really wanted. So it's probably just that Power Plus. Maybe other sound effects badges, if they've changed, because I know the cricket was replaced with the frog. I don't remember there being one that sounded like Peach, so that was a new one. So let's see what else she's got for the sound effects. To sound weirdy. Interesting. Well, I do want this first and foremost. If you're not tattling all the enemies, I would recommend this. If you don't want to, if you don't like tattling, but you do want to know the health of the enemies, I get some people like the challenge of either keeping track in their head, if you're really good about remembering enemies' health, or just not knowing straight up, but otherwise I'd recommend that. I think other than these, though, this one's alright. do for now. Because I don't think we have any room for another badge right now in terms of like having 3 points that I just forgot to allocate somewhere. Oh, never mind. We totally do. Alright, well. Get all these little dots off the screen here. Is there anything I would be willing to give up? That would give me 5. So the question is, am I willing to give up damage dodge for, not for power plus, for a quick change? And there it is. The answer is yes. I'd be willing to do that. In particular for this one, so like if I just need to switch into Goombella very quickly to Tattle, or you know, like I'm fighting an air-based enemy and I've got Coops out and that's not gonna work, then I can switch out. I do like the Power Plus, but I think the quick change is a little bit more vital. Well, it's not vital, but it's a little bit more helpful immediately than the Power Plus. Power Plus is nice, but it's not the end of the world if I don't have that on. Quick change could actually, like, more reliably keep my options open. So we'll go with quick change. Hi, I will actually be boarding this time. This is making me wish that I was able to go to that convention that's starting today, that's in the UK. But I didn't decide that I wanted to be able to go to it in like until pretty late. Well, not super late, but like I wanted to be able to go to it, but I also knew I was going to be doing a fair bit of saving up, so if I had like really stretched it, I possibly could have gone maybe this year, but I feel like it would have been better to wait one more year. And it probably was, but I wish I had been able to get on that plane and be there with y'all. Even if I hadn't been able to go to the convention, it would have been cool to just like hang out beforehand. I like this little scene here. This is new. Also, I just realized something, and I guess this is kind of a big, well, not a big plot hole, but it's a curious thought of, like, all the people that are in the minor leagues. Like, these are not, like, huge stars or anything. Like, how did they get up here? Because, like, all the tourists, it's like, oh, yeah, these are, like, rich and wealthy people that could, you know, pay to have the ticket to get here. But, like, unless the low-level fighters can fly, how did they get here? Were they brought here by someone rich that was like, hey, if you're having trouble making it, you should try this thing. And, you know, I'll sponsor you, we'll both get rich together, and it just didn't work out, or I don't know what the thought process was there. Please and thank you. So there's that. There's a star piece behind one of these shrubs. One by the phone booth. There's one you ground pound for that's around here somewhere. I don't think there's any inside the souvenir shop or anything like that, but we'll do a quick check. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. What else we got? I see an in coupon over there. That's not well hidden at all. That's just right there. Thanks. I wish those weren't that easy to find IRL. Which I guess technically I've gotten one of those before. Like I had a flight that got canceled 2019, which I think is the last time that I went flying. Don't have a fear of it, just had no reason to go anywhere that required me flying. And so they had like a voucher, which is essentially the same thing of being able to stay somewhere for the night because you were promised that you'd be able to get to this destination and then they could not deliver on that promise. Yeah, so I can't get that little toilet paper roll ability yet, so I can't get that one. Oops. It is. It is. That's true. Uh-huh. It's true. Alright, now we can move on. Okay, so that's just to get up here. Got it. I think we grabbed all the stuff from out there. So I think we're good. Oh, this looks very orange. Oh, right, don't you have to, like, go in here and then you're like, oh, he's got the thing on the belt. So you get to go see a giant chicken wrestler. If it's got a specific... That's terrifying. I was checking to see if like what species he was, and like the first thing that pops up is like Rock Hawk with lyrics. Does the new Rock Hawk song have lyrics to it now? Or is this a fan-made thing? Try the wiki. Oh, just hawk. Okay. So they are saying he's a hawk. Because usually whenever they've got a Mario enemy that's like, oh, this is so-and-so, and it's got like a species attached to it, it usually does not, that's usually not the species they actually are. Why, indeed. I'm pretty sure if you say steal it, they'll just be like, hey, you can't do that. That's not cool. For the record, if, for whatever reason, you have to steal something in order to save the world, you have my permission to steal it. Go save the world. Alright, bye. I spy a hot dog. Give me that. Meaty work of art. Please don't ever call hot dog that, ever. I will have to personally track you down and subsequently eliminate you if that's what you call a hot dog at any point. I came here for that. The last stand badge. I can never remember which one is which. Normally they just naturally move out of the way. Major League locker room. Sorry, I can't go in there. Champions room. Only champion manner. Sorry, regulations. It's obviously not that one. There we go. Hello. Yeah, seriously, what if he was doing something inappropriate? That's like the running joke, is nobody knocks when they come in. Like, Mario doesn't knock, Jolene doesn't knock, everybody just, like, walks on in. Darn Skippy. Just like the peanut butter. I assume Skippy brand is, like, still a thing for peanut butter? Maybe? I don't know. Like, I'm not allergic to peanuts or peanut butter, but peanut butter and I do not agree, so it's not generally something that I'm looking for at the store. I think he was scratching his butt there for a minute. Be big and you'll get big. That's the winner's way. Sure. We have to talk and walk? Ugh. We're not even talking and walking. We're just walking. Yep, this is well worth fighting for. Man, that carpet still does not look... That looks like it would hurt to step on. I do like that they're more expressive. But it's clean and comfortable. Totally sanitary too. Yep, there's exactly one bed for everyone to share. That sounds sanitary. Also conveniently not showing the minor league locker room. Yeah, don't read the contracts. Even though, like, whenever I got hired for my job, I literally read it, like, cover to cover. To the point where they were actually mad. They're like, no one actually reads it. I'm like, I need to know what I'm signing up for so that y'all can't just screw me over whenever you want to. Hi, Jolene. Away we go. Never realized how weird Goombella's walking animation was. Maybe it's because she's not running and they're just walking. That might be why. Quit until Mr. Grover releases you. There are many other small guidelines that explain as they become relevant. Yeah, you always explain them as they become relevant, because it's like, hey, I need to do this thing, and then no, you can't because XYZ. Use this sweet-ass GBA. It's even the same color as the one I have, too. Oh, I didn't play the little ding at the end. That's a bit of a shame. Appeal to the crowd at least one. Okay, that's easy. No sweat. I wonder if they've changed it up to where, like, at the very least, they won't give you something that's, like, impossible to do. Because it used to be like, oh, you're fighting all these air-based enemies, but, like, you and your allies can't use their jump. Like, you can't use anything that would get you in the air. And you're not able to hit them with the Earth Tremor. So it's like, well then how do you expect me to damage them exactly? Alright, bub. Let's get out of here. How are you feeling? You ready for this fight? Sorry we're late, but somebody forgot to use the potty before it was time for our match. But somebody didn't remember to go to use the bathroom. Stop making it sound like it was me. It was him. That's like one of my favorite lines. Your foe struck first. Well, what a nerd. Get bodied. Oh, cool. They actually, like, leave it there so you can remember. Nice. I appreciate that. And it will tell you when you've done it, too. Excellent. Very nice. We will celebrate by killing all of these jackasses at the same time. Bye. I do like it that there's also intentionally, like, less people in the crowd because it's a low-level fight, so, like, who cares? Which I imagine that audience will increase as time goes on, or at the very least, once you move from minor to major league, it probably will. Yay, I have a little bit of money now. Bye, Jolene. Yo, King K, what up? I feel like we can hang. Master Crash. Nice to meet you, Bomb. I will give you advice, Bomb. Bandy Andy, who will almost never be in the room, because, yeah, he's busy messing around, stealing stuff from other places. Does it refill star power? That's fine. The sweet purple kicks. Left or no like make friend with mustache. Cool. I'll go take a little nap. Have a nice little sleepy. Oh, so there are exhibition matches. So maybe if you do have to come back here to do tattles, this might make it a little bit easier, potentially. We'll just stick with the main stuff, though. The KP Koopas. I should kill the credit. Alright. I'm more than happy to do that. That's like one of the easiest commands that they can give you. do like that the area that we're in, because like Goombella mentioned earlier, of, hey, this place seems like it's kind of a different country, and it kind of does have like that old Japanese sound to the music, for sure. Battle! Alright, boys. Build the crowd at least once. KP Paratroopa, it's a Koopa Paratroopa of a different color. Max speed 4, attack 2, defense 1. Its attacks the same as your average garden variety Koopa Paratroopa. So just do the same thing as it, stomp on it, flip it, and just drop its defense to 0. Headbunk's pretty effective against it too. Come on, let's get him. Let's kick his butt. KP Koopa, it's a Koopa Troopa with a slightly different color. Max speed 4, attacks 2, defenses 1. It looks like its abilities are the same as any Koopa, so it ought to be a piece of cake. Don't use it just because you know King K and Mario, that's what friends are for. In case you're wondering, no, I did not forget. Hey, double those star points from 1 to 2. Nice. Well earned, I might add. Well earned. Yeah, this is definitely a chapter where, like, getting the offense or defense buffs from that ability are going to be infinitely better because the coins that you get are a fixed number, and the XP, until you get to, like, the very top, is going to be pretty crap. Bye, Jolene. Okay, triplets, be sure to use a partner skill at least once. Well, that's fine, because I was going to tattle, so I kind of had to. In fact, well, no, we'll leave it here. I was going to say we should switch to Koops, but no, we'll have to tattle and then switch to Koops, so. No big deal. Sorry, I'm busy messing around with settings here. There we go. Pokey, it's Cactus School, it's got nasty spines all over its body. Max speed 4, attack 3, defense is 0. With those spines, those will totally hurt. If you stamp on it, you'll regret it. Or stomp on it, rather. Pokey's attacked by lobbying parts of their bodies and by charging at you. They can even call friends for help, so be quick about taking them out. All the Punies ran away. I definitely saw an X-Naut, like, head for the hills there. Wow, that is a very slow attack. That is mega slow. Holy cow. Alright. Yeah. We won? Cool. I assume with these. And except for maybe the Yoshi one, because of how, like, quote-unquote mean it is, of how that floor tastes. That one might change, but there's no way to know that until we actually get him as a party member. If we do get to that point tonight, for the record, go ahead and let me know if you've got any ideas for names for the Yoshi kid, because I got nothing right now. Hi. Get in there, you. You got, huh? So if you want to quit, you're not allowed to, but if you keep breaking the rules, then you'll get banned, so you get what you want. So basically, if they say you can't leave, you just keep causing problems until they force you to. I mean, look, if you got a thing for her, it's fine. It's fine. Just in case. Because I know one of the rules is, like, having to use, like, X amount of FP, I think it was. The Dead Bones. In this battle, once you wrap it up in 5 turns or less. Again, that one's usually not too terribly bad unless you get, like, one of the really late fights where somebody's got a lot of health. But in an early match like this, 5 turns is very easy to clear. Yeah, it looks like there's a few more people in the audience. It's a little hard to tell, but I think so. Alright. I assume it's the same type we've already fought. Yeah. But in 5 turns or fewer. Okay. Was that fewer than 5? I don't know. I can't count. Oh well. Hopefully we cleared it. Yeah, like I said, on the low-level fights, that's pathetically easy to do. It's only on the ones of, like, the Dark Koopa or whatever that actually have, like, a pretty good amount of health that might be an issue. Hi. Ah, it hurts. Keep quiet. My foot. Oh, you're fine. Just shut up. Apply pressure right there. Ouch! Do we have a gag, maybe? Excuse you? God, I love hearing that Game Boy sound. Just, like, immediate nostalgia from that sound effect. Spike Storm. This battle, once you avoid using any of them, their special moves. I think the crowd's covering a license non-battle. I think that just means, like, don't use your, like, Sweet Treat or, Earthquake thing, whatever it's called. Earth Tremor. There we go. I don't know why I have such a hard time remembering that name. But don't use those. But, like, special moves like your, like, Quake Hammer, that stuff's fine. Don't use specials. It's a Spiny, basically a spike-covered Koopa. Looks painful. Next page 3, attacks 3, defenses 3. These things have high defense, you can't hurt them when they roll up. So when they go back to normal, do all the damage you can and do it quickly. If you flip them over, their defense drops to 0, that's the time to take them out. Jumping on them is just plain stupid, by using a POW block or some other item. Like this, for example. Lactitude, it's a member of the Koopa clan that rides on clouds. Max HP is 5, attack is 2, and defense is 0. It attacks by throwing Spiny eggs. If you stomp on it while it's holding a Spiny egg, you'll take damage, so don't do it. Spiny eggs slowly hatch into Spinies to beat the Lactitude before fighting the Spinies. But it doesn't answer my real question, where does it keep all the Spiny eggs? Don't worry about it. It's fine. Nope. Close, but no cigar. Alright, now that the tattle part is done. Those. Now we can kill the Lactitude. Oh, nope, we can't kill the Lactitude. And we don't really have anything. So out of curiosity, let's see if this will qualify as not being a, well, based on where the targeting cursor is, it will. Yeah. Can't use special moves. Oh, it even says it right there. Special. There we go. So we'll just do this. Alright, now if you could not put a Spiny above your head. Bye. Yep. What are you doing over there, mister? You screwing around with ropes? What do you think you're doing, boy? Just to show it off, why not? Way off. Sir, you can't come back here. We're out of FP again. And just go with this. We'll keep the slightly stronger one for in case we need it. Hey, that's a good time for that. Might have been one of the matches where actually having the Earth Tremor would have been nice. Oh well, it's fine. I think this is the point where he's like, hey, I think I might retire soon. Oh no, not yet. I'm not sponsored yet, just excited about thinking, yeah, So maybe maybe this is the point now in which you go out there. This is like, I know what all you need to do, but getting the exact order of operations at the right time done is the one thing I don't remember all that well. Hey, Rockhawk. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I hit your egg with a hammer. That should scramble that egg. Absolutely unacceptable in a polite society. How am I to reach you up there? Fly like a common sparrow? And then it falls asleep. My dude. You good? I love that line. Absolutely unacceptable in a polite society. Oh, it's that guy again. Hello. You don't want to be eaten, egg? Let there be hot dogs. I've never had egg on a hot dog before. And, like, I'm kind of in, like, I mean, I like both of those. And egg is not usually something I go out of my way for. Not for anything other than breakfast. And hot dogs really aren't anything I go out of my way for, but I don't hate either one. I don't know how well they would work together. But maybe somebody has done that before, so I don't know. Coins Beast, may I tempt you? You may not. I do appreciate that you tell me, like, what the hot dog does, though. It's nice before I buy the item of, like, okay, is this actually something that would be useful for me, or is this just completely pointless? Now the egg will just hang out here for the time being. Next opponent will be the Handed Overs. I want you to heal at least once. Sorry, that's not too bad. So I guess whatever Bandy Andy is doing, he's gonna have to, follow me. Alright, we'll take a very quick nap. There we go, we're done. Nap's been taken. We're good. So whatever that bandit was up to, he'll have to come hang out here for a little bit. Battle. Hold the crowd at least once. That's a bandit. Scumbag tries to bump you and grab coins. Jerk. Max HP is 5, attacks 2, defense is 0. If you time your guard well when he attacks, he won't be able to steal anything. Plus, look on a bandit's face when you guard successfully is priceless. The bandit steals coins from you, defeat him before he flees to get your coins back. I still cannot time that right. I'm usually was pretty good about that. Okay, I'm gonna have to do better than this. No, my hot dog, you jackass. There we go, at least got one of them. Alright, got that back. I figured they dropped him if they got hit, but yeah, those two are probably just gonna leave. Alright, that's a big bandits. Basically a boss among ordinary bandits. Attack is, or max HP is 8, attack is 3, defense is 0. Unlike other bandits, he'll steal items as well as your coins. Totally weak. Regardable when he charges you, he'll blow by without stealing anything. If he robs you, you won't get your item back unless you beat him right then. He'll run. Oh, hell no. I don't think so, mister. Anything else I would have been okay with losing. I'm not giving that up. Sorry. You can find some other sucker. I should have checked and seen exactly how many coins they stole. It's not a big deal. That's much... Whatever it was, it couldn't have amounted to the 50 coins that I paid for the live stream. I saw Stun and Babe having a juice. Nice. We already have so much in common. You really do, my man. You really do. Mind Bogglers. In this battle, once you let yourself get damaged at least 3 times. It's so dang boring when a match is too one-sided. You know what I'm saying? You know what? In his defense, that's actually kind of right. Like, those are the more fun ones to watch as opposed to, like, somebody getting the lead and just never losing it. And I know the Mind Bogglers are all the Boggly Woods enemies, so the Cloud, the Spider, and the Piranha Plant. So we should have tattled all of those things already. We're being snared, mystified, and devoured. Damage at least 3 times. Oh no, I've suddenly forgot how to guard. Somebody help. Whatever will I do? Yep. Hasta la pasta. The Cloud's face. Nice. Back up to 50, we can get another life shroom, which I'm not gonna bother doing right now. Alright, so is he getting to the point of, like, I'm gonna retire? Yeah, there it is. Hell yeah. What a bro. The punk rocks. I want you to use at least one special move. Alright. Match time. Alright. Quick little nap. See, it was so fast you didn't even see me get in or out of the bed. I was just in midair and all of a sudden fully healed. Just like that. This is admittedly a very good fight for having to use the special. This ended painful mustache. In pain of me, like, missing the earth tremor, probably. But other than that, shouldn't be too bad. There's another downside is you can't get the items they drop because they don't drop any items. If you had Ms. Mowz, you could steal with them, but I don't even think it's possible to get her at this point. I think that's post-Chapter 4, I think. Could be wrong about that, but I don't think you can get her at this point either way. But first... That's a Hyper Bald Cliff. Like Cliffs and Bald Cliffs, this is also Rock Monster. Max speed is 3, attack is 2, defense is 2. The Hyper version can build up its energy, boosting its attack to 8 on its next turn. Has low HP, but its body is rock hard and impervious to fire, making it super tough. It says here that item attacks are pretty effective. Beat it before it goes hyper. I should have checked to see how much clock out was. Not that I was going to use it. Not here. There we go. To the skies. We rock. And technically they got rolled, I guess. Sure. And with that, King K is officially out of the area. He's no longer here. As you can see, he's now gone. Anything to say about this? What about you? I mean, I did just beat that guy, so... Oh, here we go, for the record. There's the catalog, crystal stars, badge list, recipes. But yeah, for art gallery, you have to collect all the star pieces for each individual section. Or, sorry, all the star pieces for Rogueport. For the other ones, it's having the crystal star and having all the star pieces collected. For sound gallery, it is... So it's all the shine sprites and having the chapter done. So we actually got them all for chapter 2 and 1. It's just... we haven't done the, getting the crystal star for 3. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Moving swiftly on. Is this the match you can't get through, or is it the next one? No, it's the next one, okay. We'll use any of them in their flower points. See what we do without none of them fancy pants moves. So, a special move doesn't count as a fancy pants move, but a flower point move does. Alright. Seems legit. Luckily, that's not terrible against the bomb squad, and also tattling doesn't use any flower points, so technically you're not breaking the rules. I believe also when it says, like, don't let your partner attack or don't attack for the first 2 turns, I believe tattling also does not count as using an attack, so you can still do it there as well. Just give up now, Bomb. I mean, given how the Bombs work, I feel like as long as they guard decently, they would not be able to possibly win, but sure. Yeah, see, no FP, so technically not breaking the rules. That's a bomb that detects by blowing itself up. Yeah, real smart. Max HP is 4, attacks 2, defense is 1. A bomb will get totally mad if you damage it. They have, like, super short fuses. When it gets mad, it'll charge and explode in its next turn. That attack really hurts. Or if it's mad, it'll blow up with the slightest contact, so don't attack directly. Attack it from a step away with a hammer, or hit it with something hard like a shell. It's not that hard to guard, at least, so there's that. Alright, let's see if I can avoid hitting the poison mushroom. There we go. Don't worry, Gabella, Mario will be taking that last hit for you. Get down, Mrs. President. Yeah, not a terrible fight to have. Don't use your FP for an option. There would have definitely been worse possibilities there, for sure. Him too weak, now him not here. Sound normal, took left door. You are in bomb denial. I saw you weeping in that locker. In the locker, not near the locker, in the locker. Nice. Don't mind me, just here. Use the terminal now, don't you understand basic instructions, Sir Swoop? He's working on it. Can move where you triple flip and meow. Bats are known for meowing, pretty sure. I guess, to be fair, it would be pretty easy to do the triple flip part, given that you can fly. Most of us are bound by having to do that before hitting the ground. But... Hi, Sir Swoop. I like your little noises. You're very cute. You're also a cute little bat. Everybody likes those. And away he goes. Well, now that we've got our ally here that's half dead because I used her as a meat shield, fully healed, and now we quote-unquote move up to the majors, but of course that will not actually happen. Your next opponent is the Iron Adonis twins. That's right, you're darn tootin'. You're finally gonna make a go at the Major League. Expecting great things, so don't let us down. Whatever it says doesn't really matter here, because this fight is currently unwinnable, so feel free to ignore it if you want. Yeah, we got the actual crowd now. My question is, like, how did the Adonis twins manage to lose to, like, everybody else? Like, if they were truly indestructible other than damaging them with themselves, but, like, no one knew that, then how did everyone else... How are you feeling? Like a doof. I don't even know what that means, because I'm old. Just perfect, thanks. How are you doing? For anybody that needs a good thing to listen to that's not a podcast, it reminded me of this. Tales of the Hunger Games is something that Christian Blanco, might be Bianco, can't remember if it's an L or an I for his last name, basically does the Hunger Games 1 through 73, and then after the Catching Fire one, which he does do Catching Fire in Hunger Games, the first two, he makes additional ones that are called the Reclamation Games so it can continue on. The first couple ones are pretty basic, but he starts adding like more and more depth and backstory. But I remember at one point one of the people in their interview with Caesar Flickerman asks how he's doing, and he's like, you know what? Nobody has asked me that in a long time. How does he know Mom has an Audi? What? You don't have stomachs. Also, I don't really think people care about that, but yeah. Yeah, they penetrate any substance. That's still not an acceptable reason to use the word penetrate. Battle. Alright. Luckily, we will technically fulfill the condition, because I am going to tattle these guys. That's an Iron Clef. That guy is scary, period. Max XP is 6, attacks is 4, and defense is unknown? What's with this book? It says no attack will work against Iron Clefs. It says nothing in the world is as hard as an Iron Clef, so its defense is impenetrable. If that's true, the only way to beat one is to whack it with the other one. Running away might not be a bad idea at this point. Yeah, because I don't think you can have the hammer ability that will knock them into, anything either, but I'm gonna tattle that other one. They do a decent amount of damage, but they're pretty slow at least, so blocking their shots is not too terribly difficult. It's weird that they have different catalogs. Does this one say anything different? The green shoes mean this one must be the younger brother. Of course. I assume the rest of this is the same. It is looking like it is the same. Yep. Alright. Well, we get to see run away for the first time because it's required by the game. Where do you think it went? Yo. Ah, we got the default. Cool. I assume this is like the previous game, and depending on your playtime depends on what color Yoshi you get, so since we went through pretty quickly, it is the default. The hoggle out there. My name? Let's see, I just came out of an egg, so I guess I don't have a name yet. Make it cool. Okay, alright, I get 8 characters. First and foremost, I'm going to check about that to make sure that I'm still correct about it. Here we go. Depending on how much time has passed, again, this is the fandom, so it could potentially be wrong. I'll read it from one other spot. Depending on how much time has passed between when he joins your team as an egg and when he hatches and joins as a partner, he'll be one of the colors. The colors appear as static and don't change anything else. Green, which is the one we have, is 0 to 6 minutes. Red is 6 to 9. Blue is 9 to 11. Orange is 11 to 15. Pink is 15 to 18. Black is 18 to 19. White is 19 to 20. And after 20 minutes, that order will reset. I think of these, probably the coolest looking one, if it's not the original, is probably the black or the blue one. The pink one's kind of eh, the red one's kind of eh, the orange one's okay, and the white one is okay. I probably would have gone for the black one if I had waited, but I didn't want to wait 18 minutes. That would have taken too long. So we will avoid doing that. Well, now we're here. Name the Yoshi, huh? I'm trying to think of, like, a pun, but not even anything funny is coming to mind. Sure, that'll work. We'll go with, well, no. I'll use the bathroom and think about this in the meanwhile, and maybe come up with something. Probably not, though. But I'll use the bathroom, and then we will return to this.